What's up, guys? This is Wombat here, and I'm whispering right now because everyone in my family's asleep, and I'm recording this at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I don't want to wake any of them up. And right now, we're gonna do this review on. Oops, sorry about that. We're gonna do the review on Quetzalcatl jerk press.
Alright, so this Beyblade was released as the prize of Random Booster 4. Yeah, that's how it was released. So first up, we have the Quetzalcatl layer. Yes, it is both a dinosaur and a cow. So first, where was I even going with this? I totally forgot. Oh yeah, it's got some pretty good defense due to its good teeth. Let me get a good shot of those. Those good teeth. And it's got some smooth edges. Not very much to latch onto to burst it. It's pretty KO resistant as well. Makes it a good defense type. However, it has the same stamina issues as Kaiser-Kirbyus does. So it's not very useful on like KO defense combos or burst defense combos. Although I know Achibaba uses a combo. He's some guy in LA. He uses Quad Quetzalcatl Quad Orbit, and apparently, like, since this is an extra asymmetrical layer, they're all asymmetrical, but like this one is more so than usual. Like, I mean, I guess it's got one line of symmetry, but not this way it doesn't. So he uses quarter to balance out this imbalance for his orbit, and apparently that makes it pretty good, but I have yet to try it myself. Anyways, what I've really found the combo to be good at is any attack, because you see this thing right here, guess what it looks like? It looks like Excalibur, because you see this part, it's like the eagle heads, except they're like Quetzalcoatl wings, and there's the tail, I think, or the beak. Does Quetzalcoatl has a beak. It's like the sword. So anyways, it can actually hit pretty hard. I don't have Xeno Excalibur, but I'm pretty sure it hits about as hard as Xeno Excalibur does. For KO wise, it's got some pretty decent KO attack. It's worse than Excalibur in that regard. But it's got some pretty great defense too. It can hit back. So the combo I found to be good with it is Quad Quetzalcatl Yell Extreme. Let me get my yell real quick. Alright, I'm back. So the reason I use yell with it is because, wrong way. I don't know if this actually does anything, but when it's, the point of the star lines up perfectly with the tail on Q2. And I always use that for my any attack combo. The life after death from yell gives it an extra stamina against attackers. Extreme gives it the speed and power it needs to like KO stamina types, and I guess run down attackers that try to outrun you. Just gives it speed, power in general. I've actually found this combo to like hold its own against Lost Longinus 2 Glaive hold pretty well. Like, compared to most other, I guess, extreme-based attackers, this thing handled the best because it can resist L2's aggression better than other, like, aggressive layers can. And it can also, like, hit back decently hard. Extreme gives it some recoil control, some defense. Yell, no one, like, ever really pointed this out because I think Quarter was heavier and the God Discs like just overtook it, but Yell is almost as heavy is. Heavy I think is 21.6 and Yell is 21.3 or something like that. So it's a decently heavy disc, pretty overlooked. Its weight also makes it good for against spin stealing, but this isn't a review about Yell. Yeah. Q2. Solid anti-attack layer, it just doesn't get used because no one uses attack, so there's no need for any attack. And it's not powerful enough to KO things like Drain Fafnir or Guardian Kirbyus or Maximum Garuda or stuff like that. Maybe he can KO Kirbyus, I don't know. Anyways, the jerk disc. Aside from having kind of a dumb name, it's got like a... It's a cool concept, it's just executed pretty poorly. It's got some kind of like softer, rubbery-ish plastic along the side that's designed to deflect hits. But that doesn't really work because layer to disc contact is pretty rare. And its burst defense and stamina are also pretty horrible. Like, I tested it once. It bursted about the same amount as heavy, and it got outspun by heavy, and it bursted more than Knuckle and also got outspun by Knuckle. So like, Knuckle is just straight up better at than Jerk for anything, pretty much. I don't know. My Jerk actually fits really tightly on most of my Hasbro stuff, but your mileage may vary because disc tightness is going to vary per person. So you might not like Jerk as much as I do for that. I don't even use it because it's such a bad disc. It's got such a cool concept, but it just doesn't deliver at all. And then press. I already mentioned this in the Kaiser Kirby's video, but it's basically a worse defense, less stamina. These tabs really mess it up. These spikes on the side ruin any kind of like life after death it might have. I don't know if it's necessarily worse for like burst defense or KO defense, but like the stamina is just so much worse that it's not worth using over defense. And any use it could be had for burst attack is probably outclassed by like needle, orbit, weight, atomic, other semi-mobile ball-shaped tips. So overall, Quad Quetzalcatl is probably not worth buying as the price of the random booster because Jerk and Press are pretty bad parts. Q2 is good for any attack, just any attack isn't too useful. I would pick it up in the random layer collection. I forget whether it's 5 or 6. Is there 7 out yet? I don't think so. Yeah, it's either 5 or 6. There's a blue Q2 in it. Because this like yellow snot green version is kind of ugly looking, to be honest. But overall, I would skip on this one and get the blue Q2 instead if you really want it. So I think next up is Beast Behemoth. Another one of my favorite dual layer bays, so I'll see you then.